Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Mel and I'm here to guide you through all things yoga. Our chair yoga offering will be about connecting our full body with our mind and our breath. So we'll be pairing a lot of breath to movement, creating that unification and what is defined as our vinyasa. So a lot of times in westernized yoga, we think about vinyasa being those very strenuous movements, fast paced, but in reality, vinyasa simply translates to placing in a certain way with breath. So you are intentionally moving, you're intentionally breathing, and sending oxygen to all those areas that need it. For our practice today, we will be utilizing, obviously, our chair, and then some kind of pillow and or rolled up blanket. The point of these are going to be adding support behind the back so we can feel tall, strong, and supported. When you are ready, meet me seated. Finding your way into that seat, offering that pillow or rolled up blanket right along the low center of the back, that lumbar area. Creating this so we can have both feet fully planted down onto the ground or onto your mat. Shoes are going to be optional for today's practice. I always recommend practicing without shoes in order to get a true connection of your foot to the ground. It's going to keep all of those nerve endings very active and very aware of the different textures. Having the legs and knees at hip distance, option for just a touch wider, is we want to pay attention not keeping the knees in too closely for our chair yoga practice as to not close off the hips. Allow the knees to be at hip distance or just a touch wider. Shoulders get stacked with hips, draw the shoulders down and back, place the palms onto the thighs, let us close the eyes and just breathe. In and out through the nose. Notice if you've even taken a full breath yet today. Let's bring those inhales deeper. Naturally, those exhales will start to take a little bit longer. We're not forcing the breath, just observing the breath all the way in and all the way out. Option to keep those eyes closed is to start to bring the awareness in. Dropping the shoulders down, keeping the spine stacked. See if you can notice the feet connecting to the earth. Little length into the neck, little tuck to the chin as we draw the shoulders down and back once more. Finding a slightly flatter spine, adjust the support behind you at any time. You may want it higher, you may want it lower. Still tuning in with that breath, taking the left hand onto the heart, right hand onto the belly. Let yourself inhale from the belly up, pressing that right hand away as you inhale, then lifting the left. And exhaling just the opposite from the top of the chest all the way down till we squeeze the belly up and in, create a wave of breath. Inhaling to your fullest. Put effort into this. And exhaling to that complete emptiness. Starting to get comfortable with full breaths. Staying with this style of breathing, expanding the lungs, big, wide, expansive. And exhaling till the body feels dense. Empty, not leaving any of that residual CO2 behind. Try to squeeze out a little bit more. Notice how that allows the inhales to become a little bit richer. All the way in and all the way out. 3 more breaths just like this. Gently releasing the hands onto the thighs. Take the chin to the chest, bowing the head, but keep the shoulders down and back. So actively pulling the shoulder blades together, drawing the shoulder blades down the spine, get long in the neck, and then drawing that chin to the chest. Big stretch for the backside body. This could also become an isometric stretch where you are actively pulling the shoulder blades together, using your strength to guide the shoulders down. That chin will likely not touch the chest. It's okay. No one gets an award if we do. As you stay with these big, deep breaths, start finding half circles in the neck. Rolling the right ear to the right shoulder, then chin back to center. Rolling the left ear to the left shoulder and back to center. Staying with the full belly breaths, the point of pairing our movement with breath is to saturate the blood flow with oxygen. And then we tell the blood flow exactly where to go by bringing the awareness of movement. 3 more breaths. Even out both sides. Big beginning stretch for the neck. Also big beginning stretch for the shoulders, the traps, remembering that we are all connected. The head guides back into center. Allow the inhalation to roll the head up as we begin to roll through the shoulders. Bring movement into the scapula, the shoulder blade. So we're finding big circles. Let's see if we can make them more dramatic, taking those shoulders, pressing them forward, seeing almost like you're trying to touch them in front of you. Might be a little uncomfortable. Guiding the shoulders up to the ceiling, then pulling them back behind you, then down to the ground. Creating an extreme range of motion. Remember, we're not here to push ourselves, we're not here to hurt ourselves, but we are here to explore what the body can do. Revisit angles, places, situations, positions. Maybe the body just hasn't been in a while. In the bottom of your next breath, switch directions of these circles, pulling the shoulders up, drawing them forward, bringing them down, back, and around. Big deep breaths while you find these circles. Try to keep the brow soft, the jaw relaxed. Use the breath to work through these tense areas. Work through the stress, the worry, the weight of the world we hold on these shoulders. On the bottom of your next breath, inhale, lift the shoulders directly up to the ears. Exhale, dump it out, drop the body. Shake out the shoulders. Shake out the arms, little wiggles, maybe even a little shimmy with the shoulder. Notice if we want to readjust that pillow or blanket behind us. Again, that may come higher. That may work its way lower. Adjust as you see fit. Keep those legs grounded. Feet stay grounded as you see if you can wiggle each one of the toes. Wiggling all of the toes, bringing the awareness into the feet. Let's wiggle into the fingers. Thanking these fingers, thanking these hands. Even if we're pulling one finger into the palm at a time, nice and slow, spreading them wide. Simply scrunching those fingers in to make a fist and then opening them back up. Or find more fluidity. If the hands feel very stagnant or stuck today, little shakes, little motions, even flicking out the fingertips. Sometimes we get that energetic sludge all along the body and in the joints, you just got to shake it off. Begin to roll through those wrists. Option to roll through one of the ankles. We can do this all at the same time. Switch ankles when it feels good to you. Rolling through the wrists, rolling through the ankles, lots of love and appreciation here. Imagine if we thank these feet for every step we took. Thank these wrists for every movement they make. They deserve our gratitude. 2 more breaths. Keep it rolling, keep it going. Anytime you have extra time in your day, whether you're sitting there watching your favorite show, in between scrolling on our phones, take some time to roll through the ankles, roll through the wrists. Grounding down, shaking that all out. Together, let's join me in one cleansing breath. Inhale, scoop the arms up, palms up. Exhale, dump it. Take any wiggles you need. As now we begin to find our flow, pairing movement to breath. We'll break down the few postures we will be visiting and then revisit them quite a few times. The repetition is where we start to see the change. Stay grounded into the feet at hip distance. Release the hands down to the side. If it feels good on the shoulders, shine the palms forward. This is an act of opening the shoulders. When we shine the palms forward, we allow the shoulder blades to come in together, reminding that shoulder's an entire unit. Spread the fingers wide. If it's in your practice, reach the fingertips down towards the ground. Keep the spine stacked. Little tuck to the chin so you can lengthen the neck. Let out all of your breath here. Make this as active as you'd like. With me, inhale, sweep the arms up and wide. Squeezing those shoulder blades together to help lift the arms. Palms face one another, drop the shoulders back down into their sockets. Keeping lifting in the spine, so we want to avoid a heavy rounding here and dumping in. We also want to avoid extreme banana back, trying to keep the spine stacked. One more breath in. On the exhale, turn the palms forward, goalpost the arms. See if you could lift the clavicle up into the sky. Look up if it feels good. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, guide the hands to heart center. Palms press in together, elbows can come down and heavy. Draw the shoulder blades down and back. Again, that little tuck to the chin. Help lengthen behind the ears, close the eyes. 3 breaths. Reconnecting with breath. As we find our first round of flow with those movements. Release the hands down to the side, shine the palms forward, spread the fingers wide. Reach the fingertips down and the top of the head up. Pull the body in opposing directions. Start squeezing those shoulder blades together. Use the strength of your belly. Inhale all the way up, mountain pose. Hands come high, shoulders drop down. On the exhale, turn the palms forward, goalpost the arms. Lift the clavicle up to the ceiling. Look up if it feels good. Inhale, hands high, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now, if you found a lot of stuff there, sticky, crunchy, didn't feel the best, take a big deep breath in, sigh it out. Now we're gonna add another optional layer to this where we get the feet and ankles involved. So this will help strengthen the secondary muscles of the feet and the ankles. Coming back into center, lifting all of the toes if you can. Option to keep those toes lifted for a little bit more of a challenge. Option to plant each toe down one at a time. Becoming aware of what we call the 4 corners of our feet, meaning we are aware of the outer edge of the ball mount of the foot, right at those bones that line up at the end of the toes, and aware of both sides of the heel, so the inside and outside of the heel, becoming aware of that pressure. As we release the hands down to the side, shine the palms forward, reach the fingertips down, top of the head to the ceiling, little tuck to the chin. Where's your breath? Back in and out through the nose. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Option to lift the heels, so we're coming on to the ball mount of the foot. Strengthening into those calves, lifting those heels. One more inhale. On the exhale, shine the palms forward, goalpost the arms, lift the heart. Keep the heels lifted if it feels good. You could already plant them if you choose. Inhale, hands high, drop the shoulders down. Exhale, hands to heart center as you lower the feet back down to the ground. Now, once you get here, you can find little rocks on the feet, little paddles. Option to find a couple rolls in the ankles, rolls in the wrists. As we're going to flow through that a few times with our breath. Grounding down into the feet, remembering everything here is optional. Stay with your body, stay with your breath. We are going to go through that fluid motion 5 rounds. When you're ready, Release the hands down to the side, shine the palms forward, spread the fingers wide, reach the fingertips down, lift the top of the head up. With that little tuck to the chin, notice if we can create a little bit of heat in the core, just enough to stabilize the spine. Feet are grounded, option for toes lifted when you are ready. Inhale, sweep it up, lift the heels, rolling onto the ball mount of the foot. On the exhale, palms turn forward, goalpost the arms, lift the clavicle. Inhale, mountain pose, hands come high. Exhale, hands to heart center, lower the feet. Release the hands down to the side. Inhale, sweep the arms up, lift the heels. Exhale, little goalpost with the arms, lifting the heart. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lower those feet down. Flow with it. Inhale, mountain, heels lift. Exhale, it's a micro back bend. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Feet stay planted. Inhale, sweep it up, lift the heels. Exhale, little back. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. You might feel a little heat. It's okay. 2 more rounds. Inhale, sweep it wide. Lift the heels. Exhale, little back bend. Heart opens. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Plant those feet. Inhale, mountain. Last round. Lift those heels. Exhale, little back bend. Heart opens. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, bring the hands into heart center. Plant the feet. Close the eyes. Stay with your breath. 2 breaths here. Keep the heat. Then releasing the hands down to the side. Shake out the arms, shimmy out the shoulders, roll out the ankles. Find a little bit of what we call intuitive movement. However that looks for you. Could be reaching forward, out to the side, up overhead. There's no wrong way to be. Just find little wiggles now that you've started to find yourself. Creating trust in that space. Concluding our practice with some seated cat and cows. Planting the hands onto the palms. Feet could be at hip distance, option for a little wider here. I like mine a little bit wider. It gives me more space. Grounding down into the legs. Plant each finger down 1 at a time, fingers wide. When you're ready, inhale, start pressing the body forward. So we're snaking the spine, so we're pressing the chin forward, then lifting it up. As you start to press the chest forward up, then the ribs forward and up, flaring the tail. Look all the way up if it's in your practice. Keep the elbows tucked into the body. 1 more inhale. On the exhale, tuck the ribs in together. Start tucking the tailbone, rounding the shoulders. This is seated cat. Option to really press the knees away. Shoulders are rounding forward. Chin is to the chest. Tuck the navel in. Round, round, round. Let out all of your breath. Inhale, cow. Press the belly forward. Look up. Exhale, cat. Let it all go. 2 more rounds. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. You got it. Exhale, cat. Inhaling back to center, feet to center, shoulders stacked with hips. As you plant the hands down onto the thighs, close the eyes and just breathe. Being grateful for this connection, grateful for this awareness. As we share our final breath together, guide the hands to heart center. Let us empty the lungs completely. Join me as we inhale both all the way to the top. Little bit more, little bit more, maybe one more sip. Then we let it go. Lo kasamasta sukin no mabantu. May your entire universe be filled with peace, joy, love, and light. Sat Nam. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope your mind feels good, your body feels great, and remembering that you can find those movements at any time throughout your day. So if there's ever a piece of our practice that you want to keep on keeping on with, please do. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. And if you ever have special requests, please comment below, because I'd love to know.